Hold on, let me get my shit together. I really don't know what I'm doing right now, kinda, so hold on. Kinda, sorta. Fuck. I'm trying out a new holder and everything, so hold on. Okay. Why is it? All right. I'm trying to get a wider. Wider. Why are you frozen? I don't have time for this. A wider field of view, but I'm unsure. Bitch, I don't have time for this. Where's the... Okay. Hold on, I'm doing a test run. Bear with me. Okay. Okay. Now, I know it's going to be boring to watch me make my yellow candles again, but that's my best seller and I have a lot. So we're going to be making, we made these yesterday, and I'm going to be making their match today. So, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. I have to cut these. I think these are longer. Yeah. I have to cut these. But I wanted to... No. I wanted to... use some white with yellow to cover these. Let me put this other side away. Here. to make new mix. Hold on. I'll be right back. I have to make a new mix for that. Oh, please. Abaka, because TikTok wants to ban my candle making lives for bullying. I get my candles. Hold on. I get my candles from Amazon right now because I don't like any bulk sold brands at the moment. I don't like my candle to be colored on the outside and white on the inside. I like it to be the same color all the way through. So. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And like, I wasn't even talking shit to anybody in the comments. I was just literally making candles when I wasn't on very long. Before they booted me off. And then, when I peeled it, they said, yeah, I was bullying. I'm like, that's fine. I'm just going to go to YouTube then. I need to start making my presence on YouTube bigger anyway. Where the fuck did my lighter go? Did I eat it? It's a lighter. The only thing I don't like is that I cannot play certain music on here. Really, Jennifer? You're a smoker. There's a lot of music I'm not allowed to play on here because it's copyrighted. Twitch is not a place where I'm going to be able to grow this business. I have to pick platforms. What is which foot on your spell ingredients list? I am Witchfoot. You can't get the spells to do what they do. Well, you can get the spell to do what they do. Let me correct myself. But I always leave out about 2 ingredients, but also it's my essence that I put in there. when you make your stuff, it's your essence that you put in there. I do not get a big pull on Instagram. I never have, because I am not a aesthetic creator. I mean, I patented my own motto, which is ugly but effective. So, I'm not an aesthetic creator, and that doesn't mesh well with Instagram, nor do I want to begin to be one either. Hey, Bam. I am making the other half of my help with weight loss spell tonight. You ordered the golden seal? Damn, money bags. I'm all right. That's excellent. This is dragon's blood, real dragon's blood resin. Now, if y'all remember, things like dragon's blood and cinnamon are hydrophobic, okay? So when you're going to put these on a candle that you're going to dress with wax, like I do, because I'm going to melt these out, you need to mix it with the oil first. If you just put the dry powder on it, when you go to put the wax on, it's going to roll right off. Well, I'm lucky enough now that I can afford to pay to get this from without the middleman, so that the people get the money for their own shit. I don't know what the proper words is. So I can pay a little bit more to get it direct from the guy over there. No, it's not a spirit. A little bit of this goes a long way. Oh shit. Don't spill it like I did. I am going to use bergamot oil with this. The reason I use bergamot is for, it has several correspondences, but in this spell I use it for its attracts success. So, do I believe in dragons? No. No, this is just wear and burn marks. So. It's a little slanted grater bowl that I found on Amazon. It's just really handy. By the way, if you ever mix these oils and powders together and you have extra, don't panic. You can put them in, make a little bowl out of aluminum foil and keep them in that. A brand new house, I would use somebody's floor wash. Floor wash has protection. It also has prosperity and cleansing in it. I mean, I have one, but I'm just saying, if you have someone you like better, floor washes are the way to go. What the fuck did I do with my... God, I be tripping sometimes, I swear to God. Okay. I'm gonna prep my candles now. Come back to this in a minute. Remember I said when you're doing candles and you got a broken one like that, that's when, even if you're doing one for yourself, that's when you want to do a wax dressing, because you'll never know it's broken. The outside wax will keep it secure. These candles, I love them, but they come a little long. Too long for mailing, so you're gonna see me cut off these caps. This is like the part that would go down in the candelabra, because they're just that much too long. And I don't know why they come that way, but I love the candle though. Did you put the crystal powder in a container candle mixed with the wax? Or does that collect them? Leanne, my only problem with that is there are several crystals that are past toxic and just plain deadly if you burn them and inhale them. So unless you really know what you're doing, I would advise against it. But if you know what you're doing, that's a different story. Does lavender count as baneful if someone is allergic? Okay, I've had this question before. In what I do, in physical witchcraft, the correspondence of the lavender will not change, okay? So when it comes to someone that's allergic to lavender, what I say is try it, okay? When you use lavender in a baneful working, which you can, its correspondence doesn't change, so you can make them very tired, very lazy, and stuff like that. But as for someone who's allergic to it, I would say try it and see what happens. Yes. Mariah. Henbane. It can't be dry though. You can't just put henbane with a dry ingredient and think that's going to reverse it. No. You have to grow henbane directly with the plant you want to reverse. I'm gonna melt these back down. Yeah, you can create allergy problems, but I say if somebody is allergic to, like if somebody's allergic to seafood, throw a fucking fishtail in a baneful spout and see what happens. You're not going to know unless you try it. I would. What do you use your leftover wax for? Well, if it's like the bottoms of these hardly have any wick, so I could build up a collection over years and then just finally make random candles to use. But these are meant to be lit and relit. Most of my spell candles are not, and so the little pieces of wax and stuff get mixed with the herbs and is sent in a packet to put at the base of the candle. I would buy bulk, but I don't like... I gotta like what I'm doing, right? Because I'm doing this professionally, so what I'm about to say about candles has nothing to do with anybody else's craft, okay? I have to like the candles that I'm working with, and I like certain ones off of Amazon. I'll put them in my, the donate to witchfoot.com list. But my favorite kind is Vance Kitira, VANCEKITIRA. They come in pairs. Those are my absolute favorite candles. I will use these Bolsteus Rustic, and I don't know if y'all were here yesterday. This candle right here. This is a Zest candle, a straight taper called Zest, and it has the really solid color. I like those too, but they never have yellow. Until I find a bulk seller that has the kind of candles that I like, I will keep getting these. Especially when I'm doing stuff for my customers, I gotta like the quality of candle I'm using and all that. But that's not a rule. Y'all can use a fucking birthday candle in a crunch, you know what I mean? Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me. Will you put food in my dog's bowls?
I thought you already fed them.
No.
What the fuck?
Are you still unable to do the spell? I mean, can you tell me something else? This tree warder, tree hugger. I'm being told a no on that. And Jade, have you ever done a that kind of spell? Look at me. Oh, okay. I gotta think about another practitioner that will do those. There's very few that will actually do that. Besides me. Bam Bam, are you still on here? Oh, LE. LE. A lot of those candles from the thrift store are the old ones that are solid color all the way through. And I will 110% snatch those up. I got a whole shit ton of them for like $5. Bam Bam, you still do spells that love and light TikTok won't do, right?
The issue is love and light TikTok would do that.
We're not talking about unaliving anybody, by the way. I'm just not going to say what spell it is in the chat because I don't want people judging others. Alright, tree hugger. Tree hugger, meet Bam Bam. Bojangles. She has the same name on TikTok. If she chooses to do your spell work, I can send Bam Bam what I have so you don't have to do it over again. I'm waiting for Tree Hugger's answer. I did not do that. Okay. Bam Bam. Tree Hugger, right there. Tree Hugger has a spell that my person doesn't want me to do it this time. If they contact you, I have their stuff. So they sent me like DNA and stuff, and I even got this candle, I got 2 of these, which will make sense after you talk to them. And I can send you their stuff. I paid a lot for these. I can send you their stuff if you want to do it. That way they don't have to, Tree Hugger doesn't have to do anything else and you don't have to buy new candles. What's up, Psych Witch? And Tree Hugger, I don't know if you know what happened with me, but we're not going to talk about it out loud. But what ended up happening to me is the reason why they were telling me not to do it. It would have been a waste of your money because of what happened to me in that department. Does that make sense? I didn't know it at the time until it happened, but it shifted my energy and made me unable to do it at that time. Yeah, it can be done. Got it. You sent me everything. I got the right candles for it, but at the time when they told me not to do it, I didn't know what was going to go down was going to go down. You know what I'm saying? And that would have effed. That spell would have been very unsuccessful had I put my hands on it not knowing what was coming. I have not decided on a tattoo artist yet, no. Remember what I said, we're not going to worry about this break. When I'm done with the candle, you won't even know. That's right. That's right, Baka. I started doing this because I don't know if any of y'all was raised on a farm, but when you raise regular, non-tempered with cucumbers, the skin is very bitter. And so about an hour before you eat your cucumber, you score it and wrap it in a paper towel. And all the sour, bitter leaches out of the skin of the cucumber, and then it doesn't interfere with the taste. And I was literally in the middle of doing it one day, and I was like, oh my God, this would make my candle, dressing my candle so much easier. Did my hex jar? Yeah, it's simple, but it's effective. Anyway, Mamafoot and Bam Bam is the name on her. Yeah, her name's Bam Bam Bojangles. No. Please back out. What are you doing, bro? Where's my wood stick? That's right. I have a wood stick. It's my favorite wood stick. Where is it? There it is. We need more oil than that. Since I got plenty of bergamot for the... I have plenty of bergamot in this oil with this to get the correspondence across. So now, since I need more volume, you're going to see me, I'm going to add some canola oil. Canola oil, and it's known overseas as rapeseed oil, is a fantastic neutral oil to expand out a spell oil. Get it up there, back down here. Now, you can, of course, use a brush, okay? But you know me, you know how I do things, so. I try to get as much of my power and my energy in a candle as possible. And that comes from my hands. That's all right, tree hugger. You don't have to apologize about that. You ain't do that. You ain't have nothing to do with that. I didn't have nothing to do with that. But sometimes people don't listen to you when you're telling them stuff, and you know. Sometimes you can't protect someone that you love against workings that are being done on them. They won't listen. Tough. I'm one of them people that, whoops, that needs to work through things like that. I can't. I have to fill my mind, so I'm one of the people that got to work through shit like this. Or I'll go crazy. It's salty. And my crush. Yeah, I want it. I'm one of them people where if you talk to me during something, it's the worst possible thing to do ever. You know those people that when they get upset, they're like, just leave me alone. I'm one of those. Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not ready. Just let me work my way right through it. Moonlit Jinx. I actually tell people to burn mine either outside or under their stove hood. Matthew, whenever I did start studying about herbs, it was 100% because I knew what I was going to do. This thing smells so good right now. The reason I don't want to talk about it, the reason I don't want to talk about it and the reason I got to work through it and keep my mind busy is not because I'm avoiding the issue. It's because I have learned a long, long time ago never to discuss things when you are upset. I do use asafoetida, and it is, yes, it is extremely stinky when you burn it. Just like you shouldn't speak when you're angry, you should never make decisions when you're upset. So I literally have to work through my stuff until my brain isn't triggered to be upset when I think about it. So I may not talk about some shit for months. You know what I mean? Anybody know where I can find a TikTok of Mama Foot on cutting spells? Or cutting spells? No, because I haven't made one yet. Yeah, I can't. I learned to do that as a side effect of my therapy for BPD. That was one of the side effects from, because it's one thing for you to tell somebody don't talk when you're mad. You're like, oh, okay. But with the type of therapy that's done, that just happens to be a side effect. You pause before you speak, and it gets integrated into your life, period. So when I'm upset like this and I'm hurt, I can be so evil. Like, even people are like, there's no good and evil, be like, that bitch is evil. I can be so evil that I will. Well, you told me, I told that person to please stop. That wasn't for me. I'm not asking them to stop for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking them to stop because if I go too far, I will. I am a bitch that will stand on the bridge that I am burning. You know what I mean? Update didn't go to you. Can't remember steroids in this thing. Oh God! Thank God, Cora. Yeah. If I'm that mad and I'm telling you to stop, it's not for me. I'm not asking you to stop for my health. This is a catnip blend. Oh, you're gonna take a judo herb bath? Sometime today would be great. I don't have enough yellow to cover all the candles, so I'm gonna use some of this. Okay, that's going too slow. Oh no, that's for drinks. Oh, I got you. Oh. We're gonna mix some green and yellow. Since I don't have as many yellow as I want. Keep in mind that the colors don't have to be. I do this because I want to. I got stopped being called to meetings because I would tell the higher ups the truth. My boss was like, "You're gonna get me fired." I was like, "Well, fix it, damn." I'm not a fighter now because of all the therapy, but good lord, before I got therapy, I will not sit there and argue with a bitch in my face. They start arguing and now punch them. But I therapied my way out of that. I'm just smart and never got arrested. That's all that was. Now that I'm older and I'm not nearly as stronger, sometimes I'll catch myself running my mouth to somebody that was rude, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fixing to get my ass beat. I'm not all strong like I was. What was I thinking? How do I measure the success of the spell? The feedback that I get from my clients. However, when I first started out, I just did spells on my family members whether they knew it or not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did all sorts of illegal shit. But I'm smart, so I didn't get arrested. Yeah, I mean, when I did baneful, I would do something kind of like a harmless baneful. So I would, my brother has had flat tires or been fired a couple of times when I was young, trying to figure shit out, see if it worked. Fucking tire is bad, and I was like, oh, well, that really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Stuff like that. He was such an asshole to me when I was younger. It didn't bother me a bit. I will straight up tell y'all, there's quite a few times when I lived in South Florida that I totally used my white woman tears to get out of situations and not get arrested. I ain't even gonna lie. It wouldn't work nowadays. People know the jig is up. A damn Cora. Oh yeah, back in the day, living in South Carolina, down here in the South, fuck yeah, I'd use my white woman tears. I was like, oh my god, it wasn't me. I'm so scared. They're like, oh my god. We don't know why we ever thought it was you. I don't know. Oh no, I can cry on cue. On cue. That's why when anybody shows those white woman tears things, I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. That's got me out of quite a few spots back in the day. I ain't even gonna lie. Do morning glories have magical property? You have a ton around your house? Okay, Elle, this is what I need you to do. Because mine sucked this year. So, morning glory is great for binding the vine. So what I'm going to need you to do, because I'm going to pay you, is to go harvest as many of the vines while they're green as you can and put them bitches in the freezer. And then, if you will please, I will pay you to do that 3-day mail to send them to me so they're still green when I get them. Because I don't have any at all. And I really need them. Like, for real, I will totally pay you. Hell yeah, I need golden seal. You know, I have to grow that for 5 to 7 years before I can harvest it. Talking about bleeding heart plant or bleeding heart vine? Because I don't know of any. I believe that's a South American plant. You would have to find the genus and the family, and then find a North American plant in the same family that has a correlation on it already. Oh, dude, I will 100% pay you for Morning Glory Vine. Cora, I'm not picking up some of your stuff. What? Why are they? Why is the SWAT team trying to get you arrested? What are you doing over there? What did you do? Pegan. Yeah, I got to. After I saw that price on Golden Sale, I was like, oh, hot damn, I gotta grow that shit in a pot or something. Oh yeah, Tree Hugger, if you got Golden Seal Vine, Morning Glory Vine, I don't need the leaves or flowers, I just need the vine. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna start growing it because for each batch, I need um, 8 ounces of golden seal root for that spell. Yeah, I'll take all the vine you want to come off with. That is a fantastic, just for y'all that are here, that is one of the best binding vines. When you want to bind someone, that is the #1 go-to. Of course, you can use string. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But if you got Morning Glory vine around, best stuff ever. Stick that shit in the freezer and break it out when you need it. This is the second half of my help with weight loss spell. Screaming in my face, especially men getting in a woman's face, okay? I got knotweed. Yeah. Is it too late to get in on it? What do you mean get in on it? It's on my website. I'll make one for myself when I get caught up. Bust my ass over at Planet Fitness. Is there a make friends spell? There is. Yes, there is. Use friendship ingredients. Use persuasion ingredients. And use glamour magic ingredients for a make friends spell. Pendulums go crazy. Do not give me answers. You need to clean. That's your energies making it go crazy. When your pendulum is doing that, that's when you yourself are being irrational. And that's what comes out in the pendulum. Mine was I need Jesus. Yeah, there's some I need Jesus ones. Everybody always gets a bonus cat hair or dog hair from my house. Is there an easy way to get the bay leaf on the candle? Why's it gotta stay whole? If you want the bay leaf on the candle, crush it up. It don't matter if you write it as a petition and you want it to be on the candle, you can still crunch it up or cut it up. It doesn't make it go away. Bring me your people. So I just need to clean them pendulums. No, the pendulums ain't dirty. You need to handle your own energy. What do you mean connect with your people? What do you mean? I'm gonna send you a text. Okay, Cor. Sumerian numbers? Not Sumerian numbers. That is a Sumerian word. Oh, your guides. Where is? Okay, somewhere. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta look for it, but somewhere on my main account, on my main Witchfoot account on TikTok, I have a post and the cover of it says how to connect with your spirit guides. Oh, so you're going to have to dig down through there to find it because I don't know which one it is. And I don't do playlists because y'all need to learn how to search for information instead of having it handed to you on a platter. Do you have a P.O. box we can send things to? Yeah. I can't remember it right now because it's not P.O. box. I have it at UPS, so anything can be delivered. And I don't remember the street address, but it's on my Twitter. If you go to Witchfoot Burn Book on Twitter, it's in the bio. Got another obsidian mirror. Hello, Rich. Yeah, my Twitter has naked photos on it of Ryan's dick. My Twitter is solely for my haters, so when they tweet about me, I retweet what they said, and then I post pictures of Ryan's dick because they get nosy, even though they're the ones that talk shit about me, and so they'll come over to my page and then bam, they got dick in their face. And I'm like, and then they're like, oh my god, I gotta bleach my eyes. I'm like, that's what your nosy ass gets. The New Beginnings is available, period. That was, you can order it now. Is there an eye bleach spell? No. I don't think there's any dicks near the top right now. I don't think so. I do update my boobies because I got my nipple piercings because so many big girls won't get them done. And so I update my udder piercings so that other people, like, you ain't got to have storybook tits to get your nipples pierced. Just get them done. That's what I did. Why are you traumatizing them? Because if they gonna run their mouth and be nosy, then I'm gonna set them up. And that's what I do, and I enjoy it, and it's fun. They get so mad. And they block me, and then I just go under my other ghost Twitter account, find it, screenshot it, and post it. Oh, that's awesome, my crushing. If you're scared to get your tits done, I'm on there getting them done. There's a whole video of me getting them done. I mean, you gotta navigate all the penises, but I posted the whole process. Of losing sensation. I didn't lose sensation, I gained sensation. And my nipples are inverted, but now they're not ever again. How do you use wild lettuce? I only use wild lettuce for medicinal purposes. I don't use it in magic. Yeah, the second nipple always hurts more. Because then your body is aware of what the fuck is going on. I ain't getting nothing pierced on my hoo-ha. No, absolutely not. Kudos for now. My friend had hers pierced. She had one. It looked really good on her. Looked really sexy. And she's like, "Why don't you get yours done?" I was like, "My pussy is so big. I ain't never gonna see the damn piercing. What's the point? It's gonna be lost in space." Piercing corrected inverted nipple. Yeah, it won't go in when you got a bar. Yeah, I got one of them fat pussies. Like, I'm never gonna see it. It's true. She didn't. She had one of those flat pussies. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not fat on the top. It's flat like a model's pussy. And you could see it look really good. But I was like, I ain't never gonna fucking see mine. What do you mean? You talk about getting your hood pierced or your clip pierced. My friend got one, and she had like one of those flat pussies like the models do, and it looked really good. And it looked really sexy, and she was like, why don't you get yours done? I was like, bitch, I ain't never gonna see it. My pussy big. I got a fat pussy. I ain't gonna see that. Right? You gotta go on a hiking trip to find my hood. I'm just one of the. I mean, apparently men really like it. I guess it feels good, but shit, I can't go pierce something I ain't never gonna see. You don't know how your husband found it. My clip be playing whack-a-mole. You'd be like, oh, there it is. Nope, there, nope, it left. Look at my inverted nipples on your boobas. When you get them pierced, they're not inverted anymore. Yeah, my clip's like a whack-a-mole. You'd be like, man, all right. And then she's like, bye. I'm like, where the fuck did it go? She'd be playing games. Like, she'll even do that shit to me. Like, when you handling your own business, I'd be like, okay, there you are, la la la. And she's like, nope, bye. And I'm like, where the fuck did you go? Like, it's no wonder men get frustrated. Be like, I just had it. It left. She's like, you gotta work. I love pierced nipples on men. I like pierced uh, belly buttons on men. Um, and particularly if a straight man has the balls to get his belly button pierced. I love it. Yeah, I wish mine said. I know a lot of women whose clit don't play whack-a-mole, but my clit be like, bye. It's like whack-a-mole, should be there. Everything's going great, and then that bitch will disappear and pop up on the other side, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Pierced belly holes on men, straight men are rare. A lot more had them in the early 2000s. But I think they're extremely attractive. Right, Alex? Trying to get that little heifer to come out. He gets on my nerves. Yeah, I've talked to men about what the deal is. Like, what's it feel like to them? Like the difference between a fat pussy and like I don't want to say skinny pussy. Sounds kind of weird. Flat. He said the fat pussies feel better. Um, Even if it's like a fat pussy on a girl that's skinny, apparently it feels better on them. But I mean, they'll fuck any pussy. But they seem to, the fat ones feel better on them. Because apparently it's like fatter and juicier on the inside too, not just the outside, and it makes a difference. That's all I know. Yeah, I've heard that too, but they said it's like that on the inside too. They feel different on the inside. They feel like better on the inside too. Listen, I know where you are, but how do we get here? I don't know. I'll be asking questions though, you know what I mean? Like, I'll ask the dude a question. That's the only way I'm gonna know. And that's another reason why I don't like that women are being made to feel like they need to get plastic surgery on their coochies, because men don't give a damn if you got a whole roast beef sandwich down there. You can have a Philly steak. They do not care. And the fact that women have been made to feel like they need to get plastic surgery, or that if they got a roast beef coochie that it's not pretty, that's not how men think. And well, I don't know of any lesbian that thinks that way either. Like, the women get nervous about it, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with your coochie cat, and men do not care. Right? Prime rib wagyu beef, they don't. They do not care. And I don't know about, I can't speak for lesbians, but the ones that I've met, they don't care either. I hate that women feel like they don't like it so much that they get plastic surgery. Dude, you the only one that cares about that, because they don't. Y'all laughing, but the women really will get upset that they look like that. This is the other half of my Help with Weight Loss candle. Yeah, like it's other women. Other women will make fun of women that got roast beef, Philly cheesesteak pussies. Not men, other straight women. And I'm like, no, don't listen to them. The people that want you don't give a shit about which kind of pussy you got, as long as you got one. I used to worry about my body a lot when I was younger, because I was young and didn't have, experience with me. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 17. Hell, as soon as I figure out that they don't give a shit, well, okay, let me back up. Some of y'all be wearing shapewear when you go out to try to attract someone. Y'all need to stop that shit. If you wearing shapewear because you going out to have fun with yourself, and you just doing it to make yourself feel better, like you going out to party, okay. But if you're trying to attract somebody, don't wear that shapewear. You need to stop. Because, let me tell you why. Because if someone approaches you, they know how big your body is. I don't know why you're trying to cover up and disguise it. They know. And they still interested. So you need to stop. Period. The only, and I know women are this way, but the only men that care about that are people like Andrew Tate. And I'm pretty sure you ain't trying to be dating them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No. Shapewear, I wear shapewear, but not if I'm trying to get a man. They do not, they can see what your size is. They do not care about your cellulite, your flaps, the lumpy from having your fat legs when they get lumpy. They don't care. They can tell that you're big under there. And they give no shits. If they're talking to you, they don't care. Stop trying to cover it up. Stop trying to put your pocketbook over your belly or stand behind something. They can see you. And they still want to be with you. So stop. Quit trying to, what you're doing is reacting to what other women say and to what fake ass men like Andrew Tate say. That's not the people that matter. So why, if you covering yourself up, why? You ain't attracting those kind of people. Stop covering yourself up. They know what you look like. Stop. You ain't fooling nobody. Hello, Danny. I know that from experience. Physical wise, like if we're talking about physical body wise, I do not like fat men. I don't like it. I don't mind men with candy coating, but like fat men, I don't like. It's just a personal preference. But physical wise, if you rate the men that I've been with compared to my body type, the men that I've been with have been between 8s and 10s, body wise. I didn't say burly, I said fat. And there's lots of women who do like fat men. I'm just not one of them. And a lot of people be like, I've heard people go, but you're fat. Bitch, I know I'm fat, but that don't mean I'm attracted to fat. What the fuck? Like, just because I am fat don't mean that I like fat. I don't like fat men. I like candy coated. Yeah, I like slim girls. And there's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anybody fucking tell you that you're being fat phobic. You're not. That's what you like. The end. Yeah, there's lots of women that like fat men. I'm not one of them. Slappy sound. See, I'm not Abby. I hear a lot of women like that. And I have never been put off by short men. Um, I don't. It does not phase. Their height does not phase me, and I don't know why. Because I know a lot of women that really bothers them. That the man is short. I don't give a shit if you are seriously like, if you are a little people. I don't know what the proper word for midget is. I don't give a damn. It does not faze me. And I don't care. You can be fucking 2 foot nothing. I'll be like, hey, what's up? I don't know why. It just never does. Oh, I hate beards. But the reason I hate beards is 100% psychological. My father had a full beard, and it disguised his facial expressions, and he was not good to me. That's why I hate beards. I cannot stand them. So it's the really close shaven goatees or the well manicured beards that are really thin where I can see the guy's face. I don't have a problem with that, but full beard, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's 100% psychological. I can't stand it. You're hiding your fucking face under there, and I can't stand it. I've heard fluffy girls say that they like the what? The taller men because they feel dainty? Dude, my man could be like 6'7", and I still ain't gonna be dainty. Yeah, I can't take them full beard shit. You suspect. That's the same reason I don't like blue eyes in men or light colored green eyes in men. Nope. They are evil, reflective little mirrors, and you can't tell what the hell they're saying. I like honey, gray, hazel, and dark and brown. Okay, Cora. Mm-mm. I can't stand him light colored eyes. I'm like, you are an evil person, and you're hiding behind your evil little mirror eyeballs. Yeah, gray. I like gray, brown, that honey color, any brown hazel. Yes, I love long-haired men. Yes, very, very much. But let me tell you what will make me, I will tell the men this from the jump. If we, let me tell you something. If you don't manicure your junk, you are not getting any pussy. Period. Period. Absolutely not. That shit either better be shaved so close or off. No, I'm sorry. I'm not fighting against that. No. You need to handle that shit. I'll tell him in a minute too. No, we're not doing this. No, absolutely not. I don't know what's going on down there, but we're not doing that right now. You need to handle that shit. If it's like a game of whack-a-mole to find your dick, nope. Absolutely not. Nope, not doing it. You need to handle your damn pubic infestation down there. I ain't going nowhere near that dick. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yep, this ain't backyardigans. Yeah, that shit needs to be handled. It either needs to be gone or it needs to be super close. With the women, I don't care. I don't care if women is hairy. Because, I mean, when you part the Red Sea, it's really obvious. They're not hair up in there. You know what I'm saying? On a woman. But I'm not about to lose my face in your bush. You know? You know, with a woman, you part the Red Sea. There ain't no hairs in there. But with a man, it's not like that. That's right, somebody called Moses. Well, it's true. A woman can be hairy as hell, but once you spread, ain't no hair up in there. But a man, when they don't sit, I don't want damn pubic hair down my throat, up my nose. Mm-mm. I need to be able to breathe. And as for the sex part, I want to be able to see what's going on down there. I don't want to be covered up by a big fucking Jumanji forest. I need to clear that shit up. Doing all right, Angie. We're talking about genitalia up in her. Oh yeah, the clock out. TikTok would have long shut us down. Hey George, we up in here talking about fucking genitalia tonight. It's just a witch put an admin class. Mm. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. There's too much shame in it. Like here's what I want to talk about. Dick size. Okay, listen. Let me talk to y'all about it. So personally, I like about an 8-inch dick, and it needs to be decently wide. You know what I'm saying? That's what I prefer. But the thing is, for the dudes that's got small dicks, number one, you can do a whole lot with 6, 7 inches. Okay. But if you're wanting people to get them dudes that's got a really small dick, there are like attachments for that you can get from the store. So like if you meet a guy who has a little dick and he doesn't, or he's got a pencil dick and you're not being satisfied, like he needs to be open to going to the sex store because there are literally attachments for dicks. You know what I'm saying? And if he wants to make sure that you're satisfied too, that should not be a problem for him. And I can't believe how many men, I can see that women didn't know, but how many men didn't know that there are sheaths for little dicks. I'm like, how do you not know that? So if you're one of them men, like you can't help what God gave you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of them men that's got a little dicks, there are things to help you out, brother. We can make this work. We can make this work. And it amazes me that they don't know that. When I've been with men like that in the past, or when I did sex therapy, they were like, "There's what?" I was like, "There is whole ass dick attachments, dude. That's what you need." And the more upfront you are with a woman, the more she's gonna be down with it. I'm not saying on the first date, you're like, "Yo, I got a 3-inch dick." That's not what I mean. But when that conversation goes up, man, there are ways around that. And women are much more accepting for stuff like that. Yeah, mental issues. Yeah, nah. There are things we can do. I like 7.5 to 8. That's ideal for me. And they need to be a decent width for me. When I say decent, I mean like I should not be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? I should not be able to do that. But if you're a person who has a dick like that, that's fine. That's not a deal breaker. Let's go to the store. We can go to the store. Let's go. Yeah. Because damn, that's how you was made. You can't help that. Well, here's the thing: is the dudes that's got there's some dicks that are just too big, especially if you've ever seen gay porn. You're like, absolutely not. But I've been with 2 horse dicks. Okay, one of them I made the guy stop and leave because the problem with dudes with big dicks is they think all they have to do is just poke you like a sword, and you gonna get off. And I'm like, I don't care how big your dick is. If you ain't got technique, you got to go. And I told him he had to go. The other guy had the biggest dick I've ever seen in real life. Like, that bitch was like that big around. It was like a foot long, okay? But he was Puerto Rican, and he knew exactly how to handle his junk. And, I did not want to let that dick go. Oh, no, I like a curve. I like a banana curve. You know, I don't want that thing taking a right-hand turn. But banana curves in one direction or another, I don't mind that. Because my shit down there is, I'm slanted on the inside. Because of my back injury, my pelvic is tilted. So if you got a banana curve, that's even better. No, but you can teach a dude. I've done that. I've taught a dude I was with. Because, I mean, he had a really nice dick. And he just didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to need you to do this and this and this. You got to be, but you got to be able to talk to somebody privately and not share that. That's information you don't share with your girlfriend, okay? You don't share it with your best friend. You take it to the grave. But if he's working with something, but it's not suiting you, then that's something you need to talk to him about. I'm making candles and we're talking about genitalia and sex. Dude, I don't know what the age range is in my room right now. But do y'all know that these last 3 generations of women do not know what fucking back is? They literally are like a dead fish. They don't fuck back. Like, did moms just stop talking to their kids? Yeah, they don't fuck back. They don't know what it is. What are your thoughts on using the back door? When it comes to using the back door for a woman, you have to, before you give up on it, you need to try it in different positions, okay? Because you can 100% orgasm from going in the ass. A lot of times on porns, you see them doing it doggy style. And like for me, going in the back door doggy style, that shit hurt like hell. You better get that shit away from me. But if I'm on my back or I'm on my side, but he is upright, that feels really good. But the thing is you have to learn how to relax your asshole. Women have to learn how to relax their asshole. Okay, you got to go really, really, really slow going in. Yeah, like women don't fuck back. They don't throw it back. They don't fuck back. When they're on in missionary style or something, they don't fuck back. They just lay there. No, I'm talking about on top of having lube. They still have to put it in really, really slow because your asshole is like, what the fuck are you doing? And then once it relaxes, once your butthole relaxes, and then you're like, all right, go to town. And you can 100% orgasm from that. I'm gonna tell you right now. But the problem is people think you only can do it like the porn way with doggy style, and that shit hurts. I was like, no, we ain't doing this. Let's try something else. So try the different positions. Try it when you're on your back, or when you're laying on your side, but he is vertical to you. And it take all the time in the world when he's first putting it in. You gotta wait. Get it in there slow until your butt knows what's going on. And then like you'll feel yourself relax. And then he can go absolutely ham on your ass and you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even know that could happen back there. But you also gotta know, like, since we're on YouTube, I'm gonna be really blunt with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have one of those days where you take a shit and you gotta wipe like 64 times, that is not a night for anal sex, okay? Okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. If it's one of them days where you shit and nothing comes off on the toilet paper, okay, you good. You can do anal sex that night. I know you ladies know what the hell I'm talking about. So if you use 45 fucking wads of toilet paper and a wet wipe, that is not a night for anal sex. If you have one of them poops where barely anything comes off on the toilet paper, that's a night for anal sex. That's right, yeah, your butt will be like, oh my God, I didn't even know this was possible. Another thing you can do if you're a vagina person, if you're a vagina person and you get into, you experiment, you learn the way to do anal sex so that it feels good, then you get your man to wear one of them double things, right? So it goes in both holes. Especially after this. No, I don't think there's repression. So you get to be, all right, so once you get to anal sex, right, and you figured out which position feels best for you, you get this toy, and it has a jelly loop that slides over his dick, and it's like a second dick. And then when he's in your butt, it goes in your vagina, and so you have double pin. And you'll be like praising Jesus. Well, I mean, there are some people that don't. My thing is when it comes to your ass, you gotta figure out what position feels good, because you press on the backside of your clitoris when somebody is in your butt. Oh yeah, I love fingers and hands. Especially a man that knows how to massage. I know it sounds insane, but massage your pussy during foreplay. But that's a man who really loves women. He'll take the time to figure that out. Because you'll be like, I didn't even know I could have that sensation. We're talking about sex and genitalia and that kind of stuff. Yep. You never received. Oh my god, that sucks. Right, Brittany? Yep. The other thing about women is I see so often that women will say that they don't enjoy intercourse. Like, what? Like, they just do it. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? If you're not enjoying intercourse and you don't have a condition, then the problem is that your man is not taking proper steps to turn you on before you have intercourse. Okay? Because when he does, the amount of nerve endings that you have in your vaginal canal puts his head to shame. Well, I have a video. If it's because of your head meds, I have a video on how to fix that. But I'm talking about people, women, they don't have anything wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? And that is an issue that you are not turned on enough. Or you would love intercourse. Your vagina is loaded up with stuff. So, he needs to spend more time getting you fired up. Some women fire up faster than others. Okay, so if you're a 20-minute person, then he needs to spend 20 fucking minutes. Unless y'all are doing a quickie. You know what I mean? And the other thing is, you don't just do Kegels so that your pussy's tight. You don't just do Kegels so that your shit stays in place when you're old. You do Kegels because you're strengthening those nerves, which puts more blood supply down the vaginal canal, which makes it more sensitive. So there's multiple reasons for doing that kind of stuff. And a lot of women won't enjoy it. Another thing is because they're self-conscious of what they look like. That dude don't give a fuck what your ugly sex face is. Stop. Stop being self-conscious. You're robbing yourself. Yep. But you also have to have a guy, well, you can do it to yourself, but you need to have a guy who wants you to orgasm. He wants you to. Because then he will find a way. Even after he's done. Keep that in mind. Even if he is done, he will still want you to. And he will find a way to make that happen. Apparently I get too wet. Luna, look, that does happen. But the dude who knows what he's doing, it lessens their sensitivity. He needs to learn. All they do is pull out, they wipe their own dick, and they go back in. So if you're with somebody that complains about you being too wet, then you need to explain that to them. If it's somebody you want to stay with, they barely miss a beat. They'll pull out, they'll wipe their own shit off, and go right back in. Yeah, Luna, I don't care how long y'all been married. Tell him it's like one movement, right? So they're going in, and when you get too wet, they pull out, their hand goes right off of it, and they slide back in. I finish him and then take care of myself. No, he needs to take care of me. Now I might help him because sometimes my whack-a-mole clit don't want to come out, but he still needs to be up in there with his fingers or something. What about men who are worried about period sex? That to me is a personal preference. A man either does not care or he thinks it's gross. And what I have found is that it's not necessarily something personal. It's just something that they're just like, no. And I have found that to be a personal preference. I've never seen a man change and be like, well, okay, now I don't mind. Yeah, tell him. Wipe it right off. The reason I'm telling you that is because I get that way. And that's all they have to do. They swipe it out and they go back in. I'm lesbian, but this is super interesting. Oh, I gotta do this. Hold on. I love period sex because I'm way more horny. I'm like a fucking dog. When I'm on my period, I'm way more horny. But men either have no problem with it or they just don't. They don't like it. And like I said, I've never found a man that was like, "Oh, okay, I like it now." That's just something they either do or they don't. I I'm just like super sensitive. Like I can have an. Is there a hole in my? Oh my god, no! Hold on. I can have an orgasm in like 0.2 seconds when I'm on my period. I'd be like so damn horny. I can orgasm literally in like 5 minutes flat, maybe less. Do I prefer doing live on 2? I get less traffic, but I can talk about what I want, so. Oh. It's a candle that I'm working on. Yeah, buddy. Like, you can barely touch my shit, and I'll be like, boop, there we go. And some women are the opposite. Some women don't want to be fucking touched on their period. And it's one or the other. You're either a horn dog on your period, like a literal bitch in heat, or you're like, don't touch me. One or the other. There's no in between. Kitty, kitty. Oh, yeah. Thank God, dude. I would hate to have peacocks or the other thing. God, that would suck. Yeah, I've done that before. With the sign. Probably should do it again. You're right. I've done it. Well, catnip ain't the only thing on here. Jaded,
What?
can you make me some pizza bites?
Yeah, how many?
Like a meal? Thank you, I hadn't ate today. Do you do lives on the disc? Not yet. I'm trying to organize how to do those, but I don't do them yet. I gotta get my shit together with the orders, and then I'll be able to do that type of stuff. Because I want to do a live on my Discord for student questions. And as soon as I get my orders caught up and get my shit together, I will start doing that. This is the second half of my help with weight loss stuff. As I realized, I went to my website, I don't know, about a month ago, and I realized how many students I actually had. And it was way more than I thought. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta get my shit together. So, it's coming. I didn't realize the amount of students I had. And I was like, oh Lord. Oh shit. I am a student of Butchfoot University. Did you expect less? Yes. Thank you. Yes, I definitely expected less. I didn't know there was going to be quite that many. I was like, oh, let me check my active student list. Oh my God.
Hell no.
No, you shut the hell
Not in the right place, you motherfucker.
up. Who?
You.
Well, I couldn't fit it, so.
Yes, you.
I wouldn't even get up. I was just scooting my chair over.
I guess your bird's starving himself or something.
You'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out.
We had a minute. Which is bullet? No. Over 10K? No, not over 10K. But it's more than 2,000. And I was like, oh my God. I was really, really surprised. I was like, wait a minute now. I thought maybe like maximum 1,000. And when I realized it was so much higher, I was like, oh my God, I gotta shift my priorities. I got this many active students. And I did create the keyboard so that they could discuss amongst each others, and I come in there sometimes, but I was like, that's not enough. If I have that many students, even if they're silent students that just watch or you know, wait for somebody else to ask the question, I was like, damn, I gotta get my shit together. Rosie O'Donnell, she's a mutual on my robots page. I about passed out. I was like, this is when she first came on. And she mutualed my robot. How do you feel about Aquarius? For some reason, I love Scorpio women, but we aren't supposed to be compatible. Is it unrequited? Well, I can only tell you that my mom is an Aquarius, and if she was not my mom, I would have done beat that bitch's ass a long time ago. So, I find it to be not very compatible grouping for close relationships. I can have a friend that's an Aquarius. That's not a problem. But like in a relationship or a best friend type situation, absolutely not. You know what Aquariuses are to a Scorpio? I'm going to tell you. It is the person that is way too small to be running their damn mouth. They will run their mouth anyway, get their ass beat, and still run their mouth. That's what an Aquarius is to a Scorpio. Like, you're going to run your mouth, then when I beat your ass, you're like, why did you beat my ass? And then you keep running your mouth. That's what an Aquarius is to a Scorpio. I'm a triple Scorpio. What is a Taurus to a Scorpio? I'll tell you what a Taurus is to a Scorpio. I have a Taurus cousin. A Taurus to a Scorpio is an asshole. So an asshole is someone that asks for your opinion, whether it's something they're wearing or a decision they're making. They ask for your opinion. They want it. They want a detailed one. And then they never do it. They never take your advice. They never follow your opinion. That's an asshole. That's what Tauruses are. To a Scorpio. What is a Cancer to a Scorpio? A Cancer to a Scorpio, we can be friends with them, right? But they don't want to tell you their emotions. That's the problem, especially if you're in a relationship. They don't want to tell you why they're upset. They'll just come out of nowhere and be like, I really have a problem with this relationship. Be like, bitch, then why were we together? Like, you give us no clue. You can't see it on your face, nothing, and then you come out of somewhere and be like, I've been upset about this for 4 years. Well, that's too damn bad. You should have said some shit 4 years ago. The fuck? I don't have any sympathy for you now. You waited 4 damn years? Get out. That's a Cancer to a Scorpio. A Pisces to a Scorpio. Is that the two fishies? Is that the sign that has the two fishes? Okay. Pisces to a Scorpio is the person that you can be manipulative with. So that's your partner in crime. The Pisces is. So they'll get on a boat with you. They down with any kind of plotting you're doing. And they won't rat you out either. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, what? I don't have an experience with a Libra. What is nice about brown eyes? I like brown eyes because they have depth. Okay? So light colored eyes reflect out. You can't see into the person's soul. They're like little evil mirrors. But brown eyes have depth. So you can see into them. Even if they don't show their emotion with their face, you can see them in their eyeballs. Yeah, Pisces is down with Aiden and abetting. Virgos. Virgos to a Scorpio will come to the Scorpio to help, to have the Scorpio help them figure out their problems. But not in a I'm going to use you for my problems type of way. Like they really be lost about something and they'll come to the Scorpio. And then the Scorpio will be like, you better brush yourself off, you a boss bitch, blah, 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 blah. Oh, gross, June. But pubic hair isn't dirty though. How do we get back on pubic hair? I just don't like it. I do need to shave that shit down, either off or way down. Gemini to a Scorpio is like, you don't mind. Gemini to a Scorpio is your two-faced friend that you allow to be two-faced because they will do shit for you to get dirt on somebody. Fucking hate Aries. We do not like Aries. We want to punch Aries in the face. But have you ever heard that saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? So you will team up with an Aries in order to get something accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So you don't like an Aries unless you're using their traits to help you accomplish something. I don't know a Sagittarius to speak on Sagittarius. No, I like Gemini. I fucking hate Aries. Now, when I'm telling y'all this, I mean like, I don't mean all Aries are off the plate. What I'm saying is, your first impression of an Aries is going to be like, I'm going to bust that bitch in the face. You might get to know them as a Scorpio and become more tolerant of their attributes. They never make good partners with Scorpio. Does that make sense? I already went over Gemini and Pisces. What's the most common sign you've dated? Cancer. Leos. Let me tell you why Scorpios don't like Leos. Let me tell you. A Leo is an Aries in disguise. Right? So they'll start out like they're loving and that they're going to be good to you Oh, and then they turn to an Aries. And so you're like, fuck you, dying of fire. But, they can make a really good friend to a young Scorpio. My very best friend of 20 some odd years was a Leo. But we had to break that friendship off because they just, I don't know what the fuck happened to them. Yeah. A Leo was an Aries in disguise to a Scorpio. Leos can be people climbers, but as a Scorpio, you're more aware of that, so you don't see it necessarily as a bad thing. No, it doesn't, Amanda. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Don't lie. No, it doesn't. Y'all be acting all like you love somebody and you want to spend time with them and they're special, and then BAM, Aries. No, I don't do anything about astrology or that in my teaching. No, I don't know a Capricorn. I did, Taurus. George. Yes. But that same characteristic, George, is why they're good with Scorpios. Because Scorpio doesn't want to tell you nothing, but they want to know everything about what you're feeling. And that's why they work well as a couple. Because Cancers will overshare. First, that they won't share anything at all, and then they'll have this outburst where they kept it bottled up, and then they will vomit and overshare. And so the Scorpio will file that back in their in the old file cabinet back in their brain, so that if you ever cross them, they know exactly how to get you. And it's just filed automatically. It could be somebody you love, and you still gonna file it back there. Scorpio, we ain't trying to share shit. Not nothing. Mm-hmm. Cancers will hold it in with a poker face. You won't know anything that's wrong, and then they'll pop off and be telling you about the last 3 years of shit that you've done that made them mad. And you'd be sitting there looking at, when it's a Scorpio, you're sitting there looking at them like, bitch, you should have told me that shit 3 years ago. I ain't got time for that now. Sorry. You should have told me that when it was bothering you. You wait this long to tell me? So you better suck it up, write it off. I ain't about to apologize for that shit. Bye, Matthew. Yeah, Mushu, a lot of cancers are like that. I like Scorpios because they are real and honest. We will make you think we're honest. And it's not that we're lying to you, but you ever heard of lying by omission? Hey, Heckle Baker. Have you heard of that lying by omission? That's what Scorpio is doing. You don't know it. Lying by omission means that you allow somebody to think this about you by not sharing details about something. That's what lying by omission means. So you will think that you really know a Scorpio, but you won't, because they didn't correct anything that you thought. You know what I mean? They didn't feel it was necessary. They don't want to share. We don't want to share that shit. If you think we're this, and we are that, but we're leaving out all the details as to why we're that way, so that's why you see us as trustworthy when we're talking about ourselves. If we're getting advice or trying to teach, we're very, very bluntly honest. I didn't say it wasn't, Lilith. I gotta get some tea. I'll be right back. After these messages, I'll be right back. You better get your ass on that bed. That's a $60 orthopedic bed. Get over there and sit down. Put your stink ass on my carpet. Let me tell y'all what the 2 worst traits of Scorpio are. Y'all want to hear that? All right. I'm trying to plug up my phone. Let me give you the 2 worst traits of Scorpio. Doesn't matter how many therapy you have, how much therapy you get, it's not going to go away. So, Scorpio's 2 worst traits. The first one is jealousy. But let me explain Scorpio jealousy. Because it's not regular jealousy, okay? Scorpio jealousy is so internal, it's like genetic. It don't matter if you were the most faithfulest, most awesomest partner ever. It wouldn't matter if you were Jesus Christ. We are going to be irrationally jealous for absolutely no good reason. Period. Okay? So, for instance, I'm straight. So, if I have a boyfriend and he is talking to the gayest drag queen you ever want to see, and this guy is totally straight, I'm still going to be jealous. And I even know that my jealousy is ridiculous and unlogical. It doesn't matter. Like, we know how stupid the jealousy is. And we absolutely cannot control feeling that way. We can control how we act. But we will be jealous for the dumbest shit. Period. Period. Why'd you spend so much time with your drag queen? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. How do you combat it? The way I combated it is I was self-aware. And as a Scorpio ages, they will become more self-aware. Like, I will get mad. Bitch, if you dream about a bitch, who that bitch? I'm jealous. But I'm self-aware, and my partners knew. I was like, I will get jealous no matter what. You could be Jesus Christ and tell me I was your wife, and I'ma still get jealous. So I was just self-aware, and my partners knew. I would let them know. I was like, I've gotten to the point where I don't act on it. So it's a conversation that you want to have, as long as you're not acting on it. Amber, it depends. The thing is I don't know how to explain it. You know that we don't give a fuck about you anymore when we ain't jealous. Be like, I don't give a fuck. Oh, you standing over there with Ariana Grande having a conversation? Good for you. That's it. Right there that relationship is over. No, there's no reason for the jealousy. We don't have a reason. It's irrational. But if we don't get jealous, or we stop being protective, just know that it's over. Because we have switches. We will love you intensely, die for you. We will put up with so much stuff. But the day that we no longer care or get jealous, please know that relationship is over. It's over. At that point, we wouldn't care if you got ran over by a car. We'd be like, well, that sucked. That's the one thing with Scorpios. And you can't cut the switch back on either. It's done. We don't even know you after that. We don't even know you after that. They'd be like, hey, aren't you so-and-so's girlfriend? I'd be like, yeah, I knew that guy. Once upon a time. I used to know him. That's the biggest line we'll say. I used to know them. Hey, Echo, I'm working on orders now, so I'm not sure who it was. Oh, yeah, won't pee on you if you was on fire. Nope. The other bad characteristic about Scorpios is revenge. So, you know how some people hold grudges and they become a bitter person and it weighs them down? Scorpios aren't like that. I'll give you a real life example. A real life example. This cunt named Lynn Smith was a stuck-up bitch when I was in high school. I'm 45 now. She was nasty. I couldn't stand her. I got in a fight with her in 9th grade. Okay? And after that, I didn't think about her after I graduated or whatever. When I was 35 years old, I got an invitation to a reunion to the high school. And guess who sent those invitations out? Lynn motherfucking Smith. And you best believe that I did my instead of you said it was RSVP and you send it back? No. cussed that fucking cunt out and told her that shit was on site and mailed that shit back to her and reminded her of what she did back then. I don't care who you became. I don't care if you ended up being a better person. I don't care. When you treat people like that in their teenage years, it affects them psychologically for the rest of their lives. So I don't care who you became. I don't care. I sent it back and basically told that bitch she better remove my information. I can't fucking stand her for the way she treated me. And if I catch her bitch ass in public, it is on site. And I mailed that shit back to her. That is an example of, and the thing is that grudge, we don't hold it actively, we'll file it back. Right? She was just a fucking, think of Regina George. That's what she was like. So, in other words, you could have bullied me in the 3rd grade, right? All these years go by, it's fucking 30 years later, and I'm an HR manager at a corporation. And your bitch ass comes in there for a job? Best believe you ain't getting that job. You might as well just turn around and go home. Not happening. Not happening. I don't care if you are the most qualified candidate that walked through that door. You ain't working here. Goodbye. And we get absolute satisfaction when that stuff happens in life. Like, it's almost like having a fucking orgasm standing there. So, crossing a Scorpio falls under that you never know how something's going to come back and bite you. That's the way a Scorpio is. And it doesn't weigh on us either. Like, we don't think about, I didn't think about Lynn Smith until that fucking thing popped in my, until I checked the mail. And I was like, this fucking cunt right here. So. You better hope you never have a damn surgeon that's a Scorpio. Or a doctor that's a Scorpio that you fucked over when you were in elementary school. We'll give you something to give you to run just to make up a fucking diagnosis just so we can give you diarrhea on purpose through medication. Yeah, you don't plan it, but when it presents itself, and they know too, they'll look at you and they'll see the expression and they already know. Be like, God damn. Be like, that's right. It's reckoning day today, motherfucker. I was bullied from the 3rd grade all the way up to the 10th grade. And then in the summer before the 10th grade, I decided to get my shit right with my style and my hair and my exercise. And the first one that caught these hands on the first day of school was Lynn Smith. I fought about 3 more times that year, and then people let me alone. Because nothing else was working, and I was tired of it. I was like, all right, I'm going to start beating the shit out of people. And that worked. And they left me alone. And I never got expelled from school because I've been a straight A student, straight A honor student, my entire school career. And you can get away with a lot more when you racking up grades like that. But my best friends wasn't at school. My best friends had been kicked out of school or they were dropout. And my mama never understood it, right? Because my parents thought I should be friends with like the nerds or the popular people or whatever. But my very best friends, my friend group, most of them were dropouts or they had to go to what we called the dummy school. And one day my mom asked me that and I said, why? Because they're loyal. They're loyal. These people will fight for you. They will defend you. They're loyal. I said, they're friends. The people at school in these cliques are not friends. But these bitches out here, they are loyal. What do you think would have let my jealous switch to be permanently off? You was probably hurt very bad. And you're not going to let nobody get close to you after that. Because if they can't get close to you, you can't get hurt. And that could have been anything from a parent relationship to a romantic relationship. But whoever did it, you were like, yep. It's kind of like self-preservation. You can ask. I mean, I'm making, if I see it, I'll answer it. I already did Taurus. Taurus to a Scorpio is an asshole. They always ask for your advice or your opinion on something about everything, but they never take your advice. But they'll ask for it every single time. Like, you get to the point where you don't even give advice anymore. You're like, don't ask me that. You ain't gonna do it. Because you're an asshole. That's what a Scorpio is to it. I mean, a Taurus is to a Scorpio. No, no. Good night, Dark Forest. Chamber protective necklace shoots you cool towels. Doesn't hurt to clean. Yeah, I already did Pisces. I already did them on the ones that I have experience with. Oh, I forgot one I didn't do. What is the sign that's in late December? Is that Capricorn or is that Sagittarius? All right, Capricorn. So Capricorn to a Sagittarius, we don't like you in a relationship because who you are depends on where you're at. Point blank. Who you are depends on where you're at, what people you're with. So, we can't get close to you. Capricorn, I'm talking about like December 28th. You already did the rest. Mac, I'm saying in general, when it comes to close relationships, I've been friends with every sign. I can work with almost every sign. But there is a very distinct framework to certain signs. But I'm talking about having a close relationship. Like, when I'm telling y'all this, I'm talking about being a best friend or a partner. Yeah, Capricorn, that you can't trust them in that capacity as a best friend or a partner because y'all just, y'all, you never know who you really are because it depends on who you're around as to how you act. The biggest users I've seen in relationships, being that I'm a triple Scorpio, have been Leos. Um, Leos have been the biggest secret users. Like, they make you think they're not using you, but they are. Yeah, Leos can be people climbers. So can Aries. But I'm talking about in relationships or romantic relationships or in best friendships. It don't work because that's how they are. They make you think you're not being used, but you're being used. I think it's hard for Scorpios to be in. The one thing that's hard about Scorpios being in a romantic relationship is most of them got this sick ass motherfucking sexual side. Not the whole time, but there'll be something that they like that other people be like, that is fucking sick. And so they aren't allowed to express that in the relationship. It's not a deal breaker, but they almost always got something that they like to do every now and then that other people, they don't think it's a kink. They'd be like, what the fuck, man? They'd be like, isn't that illegal? The book is going slowly. Capricorn is? No, heck no. And Scorpios, they make good sex partners with other Scorpios, but they do not make good partners to like life partners. God, why is this going so slow? Another thing, if you a man and you dating a Scorpio woman, you need to learn to build up your um not endurance. Mm, you need to learn to build up your what's the word? Stamina. And you need to practice some tantra before you get in a relationship with her. Because if you can't fuck without coming for 45 minutes to an hour, um, she gonna step out. Period. Period of the story. And you need to be able to do it. You need to be able to do it often too. She'll love you, but she will step out. That's one of the biggest problems is that the woman has one of them 20-minute things. You better build up your stamina, get you one of them urban tantra books, and learn how to fuck for about 45 minutes to an hour without coming. Or don't even, y'all, the relationship gonna be over. Ain't nobody got time for that. They have a huge need for that exchange of that type of energy. That they like the lovey-dovey make love stuff too. Don't get me wrong. But sex, period. You need to be able to go. And after that hour, you need to be able to go again in about 15-20 minutes for another hour. And it needs to be done quite often, or they will cheat. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. Like, she will turn into a bitch if she can get satisfied from you sexually. She will turn into a fucking bitch and she will go find it somewhere else. So, before you even think about getting into a relationship with a Scorpio woman, you better go to boot camp, buy you the Urban Tantra book, and learn what to do with your shit. Now, don't get me wrong. She'll make it worth your while. Don't get me wrong. She will make that an even exchange. So it's not like you just doing her a favor. She'll make it a nice, even exchange. Do things for you sexually that are basically slutty, really, if you want to get down to it. But yeah, if you ain't got your game on, you better go on. She's gonna step out. I tell them. I do. I have that conversation real quick. Once we get past, the M's and I's, I'll be really flat out. A quickie for a Scorpio woman, a quickie is like 20 minutes. That's a quickie. So if that's your mainstay, don't come to that bedroom till you got your shit together. Because you will be judged. It don't matter. I mean, the man has to figure it out. Whether he's older or not. Go figure it out. My quickie is 15 minutes at the least for me. But I mean, the Scorpio woman will make it worth it. It's not like she just wants you to get your rear up. She'll do all kinds of, slutty stuff for you. She won't do it for other people. She'll do it for you and enjoy it. But if you don't put up, you're gonna be left. We cannot maintain a relationship without a fully satisfactory sex life. It's just part of who we are. No, I don't give a shit where. I don't care. But you also won't get you won't get, unless she's fixing to leave you, you won't get, I got a headache, you won't get to roll over. They will fuck you even when you arguing with each other. You won't get, not right now, you won't get, I just got ready for work, you won't get any of that. If you get that, she about to leave your ass. She's fed up. Because that's it's not just sex for the Scorpio woman. It's a type of relationship bonding. It draws you and that person together spiritually. So it's the sexual energy that's exchanged between the people. It's not just about the pleasure part. That's why it's so important to a Scorpio woman. That's how a Scorpio can express their love for you and their passion for you, is through sex. So that's why I say if she's not giving back, y'all about to break up. There's a problem. Because that's how Scorpios express it. You know, people have different love languages. Some people cook, some people give gifts. That's the Scorpio woman's language. It's true. That's just how we are. And that's why another reason why if you cheat on a Scorpio woman, she's not going to take you back, most likely. Because that means, for them, it's not that you had sex with another woman. It's a spiritual thing. So you stuck your fucking dick in somebody else. You're tainted now. Like, you are tainted. So they will get furious. And you don't get to ever put your dick back inside her again for the rest of her life. Because you tainted. Alright, Mushu. You nasty now. It's disgusting. You tainted. And there ain't nothing you can ever do to make that feeling go away. You gross. That's nasty. Whereas the man is just like, no, it was just sex. Not just Scorpio woman. Nope, sorry. Yep. Intimacy is really important. And so when you violate that, that means that's a whole different ballgame with a Scorpio woman. Nope. Especially if you had fucked another woman and then fucked her and she don't find out about that shit till later. Oh my God, we want to douche with Clorox. So not only did you get tainted, but you brought that nasty spiritual poison over and put it into us. So, no, that's when all your shit gets tore the fuck up. It's bigger than sex for us. Ew, that just makes my stomach turn. Ugh, nasty. What about relationships where people don't have intimacy? A Scorpio will not be in a relationship where they don't have intimacy. Period. Period. It's not possible. Because that is how they express their love for their partner. And that's how they need it expressed back. They won't be in that kind of relationship. I don't know, I'm talking about myself. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm just speaking on myself. I don't know about the other ones. Like you were with your partner and something happened to them and they couldn't perform, they're going to have to give that Scorpio permission to satisfy that somewhere else. Or you would have to like buy a strap on or buy something to do it with. We'll stay with you because we love you. You know what I mean? If some accident or something happened. But that part has to be... But here's the thing with Scorpio, right? Here's what makes them so fucking confusing. Scorpio woman. So let's say that person has to separate. Y'all need to separate. They won't go screw anybody else. Okay? Because that it's a spiritual attachment to their partner. So if they have to separate, they will do without physical intimacy just fine. Because they're still spiritually and emotionally attached to their partner. So despite their appetite, sexual appetite, they can go years without it. And that's how you know that it's not a physical, it's so much more than physical to a Scorpio when they're in a relationship. Just waiting for their partner. Is it mental? Yeah, I guess it's mental. They if that partner leaves for good, then they're usually just celibate for a while because they have to wait for their psychological attachment to that partner to go away before they can even have random sex. And I think that's the one thing that's misunderstood about Scorpios is not that there is no separation between the spiritual and the sexual. So, we'll just be celibate for years until we are fully detached from the person that was our partner. If they left us, if they do something to us and our switch gets cut off because it's like a fucking light switch, we ain't got no problem. We can move right on to the next person. But if someone leaves us, then it'll be a while because we have to wait for that to detach, that detachment to happen. I don't know if some signs are more spiritual than others. I just know that when it comes to Scorpios, that it's not just sex. When they're in a relationship, it's way, way more than that. I don't know. I guess you could call it a core. I don't know. You're just waiting for, your brain makes those same neural pathways to make that person have the same effect as a drug on you. So when they leave you, you have to wait for that to go away. So whereas when other people break up, they might be able to have one night stands or rebounds. But a Scorpio can't do that. They'll feel really fucking dirty. Like if they have a rebound or a one night stand shortly after somebody left them, they'll feel so fucking dirty that they like the woman be wanting to douche with some Clorox. That's why if a Scorpio loves you and y'all's sex life is good, they won't step out at all. You ain't even gotta worry about that. Yeah, you are. You have to wait for it. Pisces don't either. I got two more. I like the tail, clothes, and lingerie. I got two more. Two more. And I am running out of yellow candles. I think I got some more. Should be here tomorrow. Spark the sex drive in the partner. Is the partner male or female? Female. I do not currently have one for a female because there are, I don't know whether to do an oil or to do, so women get sex drives for different reasons than men, you know, so it could be a candle or a bath I need to do because a woman gets hornier when she feels better about herself. So I haven't decided which is the best route to go on that because the reasons between the sexes biologically are so different, you know? That's the only reason I haven't. Because generally that's something you wanna do to another person. So does it need to be a lube oil? that you use when you're fooling around with them, or a candle that helps raise their self-esteem and their self-image, because then women will get hornier from that. So that's why I don't have one at this time, because I'm not real certain which way to go, which route to go. Men are easy peasy, so I have a virility oil on there for men. They're easy. But women are different. Well, how old is your partner, Amber? Oh. Well, first, before, I think there's something you could use, I'll tell you in a minute, but has your partner had their hormones checked? Yeah, I think I'll upload this one because of the sex talk. Has your partner had their hormones checked? Yeah, she says she's just not interested. So the one thing that I do have available that I would recommend is I have a self-love candle. But once you received it, I would attach her DNA to it. Okay? So that it works on her and not you. But also, sometimes you need to be blunt. Be like, this is a problem. This is going to cause a lot bigger problem. So we need to figure out what your issue is. Like, if the candle doesn't work, I'd be like, we need to figure out what is going on and why you're not interested. Or it's going to cause a problem, because it will. It will. So I would try the candle first. And then if the candle does not work, I would approach that really bluntly. I don't care if you were like, I'm telling you, this is going to cause a problem. So, and people all the time will be going, oh, is their relationship just based on sex? No, but it is essential. So, either we find out what this issue is now before it causes a problem, or there's going to be a big problem. If that person loves you, they will find out what the issue is. Exactly. So, if she's done the hormone things and her hormones are fine, and then you try that candle, and nothing changes permanently, then yeah, that has to be brought up, because that will end a relationship with a quickness. Especially between two women. Y'all need that's double the amount of nourishing energy y'all need from each other. So it'd be like, look, this is how it is. This has to be addressed now. Because if not, it's going to cause you to step out. Because you're not finding you're not getting what you need from your partner after you already stated to them that you need it. You know what I mean? Brittany, they said they've been to the doctor. That was the first thing I asked them. Uh, no, you don't have to apologize. Amber, has your weight changed? Like, did you have a weight change right before this disinterest? Okay, Amber, then, we were 16 years, last 9 years, it went out the window, No, Amber, you need to be, I'm telling you, I'm 45 years old. I'm not like these young people in here. You need to let them know that this has to change. That can be a deal breaker. And people, these young people nowadays, they don't understand that because they have lost the connection between sex and spirituality. But that can be a deal breaker. And if y'all hadn't just been going like this for 9 years, no, you've waited long enough. You need to advocate for yourself, and it needs to be addressed. And if you address it and they still don't deal with it, then you're going to end up stepping out. And that's just too damn bad because you told them what the problem was and they chose not to address it. It's that simple. It is really just that simple. That is the same thing that makes heterosexual marriages end after a woman has a baby. Because at some point, women get this idea that after they have a baby, that their husband comes second, and that is wrong. Your husband came first before, and now he's still first, and y'all share the baby is with you. Anyway, they have babies and they stop having sex, and then their men will step out, and then they get mad about it. Well, Amber Dean, it's time to break up or get you a side piece. It's that easy. I know other people be like, you need to go to therapy. No, bitch. If you've already talked to this girl and she don't want to respond, it's either time to end the relationship or get you a side piece. That's on them. They knew they knew better than that shit. She's already been having to have that conversation for the past damn 7 years. No, we done. Do you have advice for someone that does experience sexual interest, appetite, but not exactly with other people? Sex with people is just always a letdown or so uninteresting. So, Gabby, are you attracted to things other than people? Because there's nothing wrong with that. I just need to ask you. Are you sexually attracted to things that are not people? And you don't have to be specific. I'm waiting for Gabby to answer. Not attracted to things other than people, but like doing things on my own, if you get me. It's more satisfying with a partner. Okay, so. Hold on. So, what happens is, yes, I do have advice for you. So, oh wait, first, what's your age range? Because my answer depends on your age range, not for propriety, but certain generations have a different idea how their partners work. Damn, I burned the shit out of myself. Early 20s, okay. So, in your case, in your generation, I have no doubt exactly what you're talking about, okay. Because your generation has separated sex from spirituality. So sex is reduced to like a pastime. It's like a hobby. Okay? And so there's a big difference between when you fuck somebody and when you fuck somebody that you have feelings for that has feelings back. But your generation has that separated, okay? So I know exactly what you mean and how you've been let down. And what you are going to be best. Number one, there's nothing wrong with doing your own thing so that you get satisfied. Let me say that first and foremost. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But if you are wanting to look for a partner or you meet someone, you want to look for someone who is like, spiritual. And I don't mean necessarily like spirit talk. I mean a very, you want to look for somebody in that type of community, or someone that is a poet, or someone who does classical music, or someone who is into the spirituality of meditation and stuff like that. The reason that you need to look for that type is because you need to tell them at some point as you're dating them what your deal is sexually. The reason you need that type of person is because they will listen to what you do to yourself, and they will want to work with you to find out how they can do it for you in a loving, no shame way, so it won't be awkward. So you actually, for your age, you need to go out and find that type of people or that group of people or that setting when you want to find a partner. Does that make sense, what I just said? So in other words, if I met you and we were talking and dating, and we get into that conversation, you need to make the conversation like it is everyday talk, right? So don't be hesitant to talk about it. The best way to approach this with that type of person is to make it sound like it's just an everyday conversation. Be like, well, I was dating, but I couldn't get satisfied sexually, so now I do certain things just for myself in order to achieve that. And I haven't found anyone who can do that for me. And that right person, the person why you want to get in those groups is because they're not going to question you. They're going to say, well, what kind of stuff do you do that makes you feel satisfied? Sorry. Did y'all still hear what I was saying? Could you still hear what I was saying, though? Okay, yeah. Because I want to know. So if that person, that's legitimate for you, you're not getting satisfied, but you know what to do, so you only have that sex stuff with yourself. I want to know. If I'm interested in you, that's not even going to phase me. I'm going to be like, okay, well, what is it that you do to satisfy yourself? Well, if we get into a relationship, would you be open for me to try? Or can you show me how? Because for that type of person, that is not even, you're just going to start talking about like it's a regular conversation. And if that person chimes right in like it's a regular conversation, that's the kind of person you want to engage with. Cause it won't even phase them when you say that. I had not for TMI for y'all, but I've been around the block before, but dudes be so bad with oral that I got to the point where I was like, I wasn't even interested in somebody trying, right? Wasn't even interested. And I was well into my relationship with Philip before he realized that I had never asked him to go down on me. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's because, I mean, it was a waste of my time. Everybody that's done it before, I just quit letting them do it. Because it was just a waste of time. And even if I told them what to do, they still didn't do it. And he, on his own, wanted to change that. And it took him a minute, but he did. You know what I'm saying? He did. Didn't happen the first time. And one time he wanted to watch me. Seriously, y'all. This is how this works when you're open with somebody. He wanted to watch what I did when I got myself off. And then he would try again. So, and he figured it out. And it was a beautiful thing. But you have to be really blunt and open about it. You know, yeah, we was together for a good minute before he was like, wait a minute, you've never asked me to go down on you. I'm like, well, I mean, I just quit asking because dudes suck at it so bad. And it was a waste of my time. And like I said earlier when we were having that funny conversation, that's because my clit is like a whack-a-mole. She'll be out and ready to go, and I'll be like, yeah, feels good. And then she's like, nope, bye. And her ass will duck out and come out the other side. So, and so that's why you got to be open. You got to tell it. So Gabby, I definitely think you can find a right person who can fulfill you the way you need to be fulfilled. But you got to change what type of people you're looking for, especially in your generation. Because let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all one of my cougaring times. For anybody in here that is a young person, I don't just say that y'all have reduced sex to a recreational sport. Because I'm old. Let me tell y'all something. When I'm 45 now, so I'm just about 5 years ago. This young fella wanted to hook up with me just for sex. He was like 20. And I said no, and then he wouldn't stop bothering me. And he was really fine, so I was like, I told him, I was like, look, if you can't fuck longer than 30 minutes straight, there's no point in you coming to my house. And he was like, oh no, I can go longer than that. I'm from Generation X. He's like, oh, I can fuck longer than that. And I was like, well, all right. So I had him come over, right? This dude just stands by the bed. And all of a sudden, he's like taking his clothes off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what? We're going to have sex. And I was like, okay, look. Okay, look. This is not this. I said, is this what you do? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, with your girlfriend, this is what you do. Y'all just look at each other and then take your clothes off and then get in the bed and start fucking. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, no, that's not what we're doing. So without getting too graphic for those of you that think of me like a mother, I told him to put his pants back on. And then I walked over to him and, you know, like I undressed him really slowly. And, you know, you get your, when you undressing a dude, you get your, when his chest is naked, while you're pulling like his shirt up, whatever, you get your lips really close so that he feels your breath on you and stuff like that. This dude did not know what the fuck hit him. He did not know what the hell hit him. So I undressed him that way. And then, without getting into the details, basically what I did was I spent the time to do the foreplay on him. This dude lost his mind. Like, y'all don't even know what passion is. His mind was blown. By the time we were done, because like he was trying to get it to start off in like 8th gear, and I was like, no. So I guided him. Because, you know, women, we like you to, what's that girl said? We like you to start off real slow and loving. And then end up, by the end, you need to be kind of rapey. And so I guided him. And when he started getting a little bit crossing them short roads, I would slow him down. And slow him down. And I slow him down again. And by the time we were done, I had blown this man's mind. He couldn't even speak. He was beyond. He did never experience passion. Because you can have passion without love. This young man had never experienced passion. He did not know what the fuck to think. And it, dude, when he finally was able to speak, he was like, I have never, in my whole 20 years of existence, whatever that was, what was that? And I was like, okay, so now what I have shown you, you need to do that on women. No, like it scared him. Because since they don't do it that way, for that young man, he was a really good looking player type. And basically, the passion made him feel like he fucking loved me by the time we were done. That scared the shit out of him. You're welcome, Miss L. Like, he was dumbfounded. And I told him, I said, all right, now from here on out, this is what you do to your girlfriend or whatever. What I just did to you, that's what you do to her. So that's what I'm saying. I know that this lasts since the millennials. It started with the millennials, and y'all reduced sex to a recreational sport. And so y'all are missing the love and passion, the spiritual side of sex. It's not just, yeah, it's not just my opinion. I mean, that's what it is. That's my problem with hookup culture. Yeah, his facial expressions were pretty, like, he thought he saw Jesus. Not somebody's prerogative to go out and fuck who they want to. I don't care. Male or female, whatever. That is why I don't like hookup culture and why I'm against it. So, but that's my issue with it. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna turn my phone around and talk to y'all. Hold on. Please, it's gonna be frozen for a minute. Now, I ain't gonna be live but for another 30 minutes or so. I'm pretty tired. But I gotta leave it in landscape, so y'all just going to deal with it, because that's what I started out with. Poop. So, but yeah, he didn't know what to think. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm against hookup culture is that. I'm just scared to sit. Yeah, I didn't put nothing on it. I just washed it and got it out of my face. Are you still high?
No, I'm putting my foot to sleep.
Oh. But yeah. I did sex therapy way before they even existed. Because a lot of men will get into their 40s, late 30s and 40s, and they think that their dick is broke. It's not. It's not. It's not broke. Or teaching women to enjoy intercourse. They're like, I don't enjoy it. And I'm like, oh, we need to learn to fix that.
Somebody, the people pleaser.
Oh, for real? I'm going to get that tattoo. I'm going to get Borderline Bill tattooed. It's a simple tattoo. I love Borderline Bill. It's me in cartoon form.
I'm Gumball.
Well,
I'm Gumball.
that's the best cartoon ever, but I'm talking about Borderline Bill from the Borderline First United disorder. Gumball is one of the greatest fucking cartoons ever invented. They introduced me to Gumball, I don't know how many years ago, but I was like, this is the greatest show since Ren and Stimpy.
Also, like, I can't remember it because it was from, like, a traumatizing part of my childhood. I don't know the title, but I know it's the dude that used to be from Jimmy Neutron that moved to an alien planet and become king of the alien planet.
What rolls downstairs, knocks over chairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and fits on your back? It's log, log, log. Log, log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Log, log. It's better than bad, it's good. That's log. You remember Powdered Toast Man? You got to quit touching me right now. It makes me want to get knives. That's a good demonstration of us understanding each other's mental illness, isn't it? Normally, they can touch me at any time, but during this process that I'm going through with the thing, certain things that they do now makes me want to murder for absolutely no reason. But since we understand each other's illness, they know that I don't mean it personally. Mental illness, love. No, mine not PTSD. Mine is
personality
trying to hold
disorder.
in my borderline from what's happening in my personal life right now. It's some of those symptoms that
We set off
it's
each other's borderline personality.
yeah, you have some symptoms that stay. You don't act on them. Like before, if I had not got therapy and they did my hair like that, I would have seriously stood up and pushed them down and yelled at them for even touching me. And that's what happens when you're not treated.
Yeah, I have borderline personality disorder.
For the same damn reason that I ended up with it.
I was like, I don't remember much. I'm like, that's because we don't have the exact same.
Wait. Hi, honey. Peter North here. Old adult film star. Wife and I enjoy your stream tonight. Thanks. Whoa! I fucking love porn stars. My husband was one. Good looking honky. I love it. It was nice meeting you. I suck at faces, but I'm sure if I look you up, I would recognize your work. Thank you for you and the wifey. Let me write that down. I don't care what y'all say. Porn stars are some of the most emotionally stable people that I have ever met.
Just look at Hawk.
They are. Because they're able to compartmentalize. It's like other sex workers. And they're able to tell the difference, like with the sex that's
I never heard of that person. Everyone knows of Owen Gray though.
well, yeah.
It's Owen Gray.
Like you know, like the sex you have at work is unrelated to the sex you have to your partner. They have the most emotionally stable personalities I've ever met. Like, I could totally be with a porn star. It would not faze me. Well, I'm glad, Amber. Mama Foot, do you believe emotional cheating is as bad as physical cheating? For most people, yes. Actually, it can be more so. Because the emotional cheating, your partner is sharing the sacred part of themselves that you are the only person that they're supposed to share that with.
Yeah.
I have consultations in September. Like I said earlier, why physical cheating is a no-no for Scorpios in particular. They're equal because a Scorpio partner puts their spirituality shared with their partner and sex together. But for most people, the emotional cheating is worse.
If you're doing either, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah. A lot of people can get
With a
over
bat.
the physical cheating. Scorpios can't. Nathan helmet.
More chocolate.
All right. But I'm tired though, so I'm gonna go now. So everybody say bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.